A little kitten just fired her babysitters, both of them, and no one saw it coming. Stay with us to find out how it all went down. Welcome to the world of Kitty. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button. New adventures every week. So here's what happened. Mom and Dad had plans for the evening, and Kitty was not thrilled about it. Not one bit. Aunt Rosie showed up first, Dad's sister. Big smile, ready to take charge. Then Uncle Felix walked in right behind her. Uncle Felix, by the way, is the one nobody sees except at Christmas. 2 babysitters for one small, very opinionated kitten. Now, here is where it gets interesting. Kitty took one look at the situation and crossed her arms. She was not impressed. "I had a babysitter before," she said. Mom crouched down. Kitty thought about it for a second. She was just... Uncle Felix jumped in before anyone could say anything else. "That's why we're here." Kitty stared at him. Long pause. Felix blinked. "What do you think? Should Kitty have given them a chance from the start? Let us know in the comments, because honestly, this debate goes both ways." Aunt Rosie had an idea. 20 questions. If they all answered each other's questions, everyone would get to know each other fast. Kitty thought about it. Then she nodded. One small, cautious nod. The game started immediately. "Uncle Felix," Kitty said, very seriously. Felix shifted in his seat. "So," Felix counted quietly. Kitty tilted her head. "That's not a lot." Before Felix could defend himself, little Mia jumped in. Felix cleared his throat. The room went quiet. "What are we chasing today?" Kitty asked. Felix paused for quite a long time. Mia tugged on Felix's sleeve. "Your hair is really nice." "Almond. Do you want to have kids one day?" Aunt Rosie burst out laughing.
Felix looked like he needed a moment. Kitty gasped. Rosie smiled. Felix opened his mouth. "Love is forever," Kitty repeated. There was a pause. "I thought it was," Felix said quietly. Nobody said anything for a moment. Then Mia jumped up, and just like that, the mood was saved. Outside, Kitty asked the big question. Rosie asked, "Come here? Go away!" Rosie and Felix looked at each other. This was clearly a highly specific game that made complete sense to Kitty and 0 sense to anyone else. "We might need different games," Felix said gently. They grabbed a torch. They ran around in the dark. They played something that involved a lot of shrieking and dramatic falling over. And somewhere in the middle of it all, without anyone announcing it, Kitty started laughing. Then came the campfire. Kitty climbed on Uncle Felix's back. He staggered dramatically. "You're very heavy for someone so small," he said. "I know," said Kitty, not moving an inch. They sat around the fire, and Felix decided it was story time. "Once upon a time," he began, "a brave prince defeated the dragon. He rode up to the princess, sword still in hand, and declared, 'Princess, I have saved you!'" He paused for effect. Kitty narrowed her eyes. "Why didn't he tell her in the first place?" asked Mia. "His hair was a bit messy." Kitty nodded slowly. This was acceptable reasoning. Felix pressed on, slipping into his storytelling voice. "The prince was baffled, but I defeated the dragon. I carried you here." "Good for her," said Kitty. "Why did you decide?" the prince demanded. The princess considered this seriously. Mia gasped. "The prince realized," Felix continued, "that not all princes are the same. Some are good, some are bad." Kitty thought about this. "Are you trying to rescue me?" she asked. "The good kind." "That princess is hard to rescue," Mia declared.
While the prince was figuring all of this out, Felix said, wrapping up, she sat down, opened a book, and lived happily ever after. Kitty folded her arms. Felix and Rosie looked at each other. Fine, for the sake of the girls, they got married. "Thank you," said Kitty. Bedtime arrived. Kitty was tucked in, one eye still slightly suspicious. "Rosie," she said. Rosie paused. A slightly longer pause. Kitty considered this. Felix raised an eyebrow. "She turned the volume up very loud because she can't hear well. She was watching scary films." Felix closed his eyes for a second. That explained everything. "Kitty," he said, "you just had one bad experience. This is different." Kitty looked at the ceiling. "You can't know for certain," Rosie said honestly, "but you have to try." A very long pause. "Okay," said Kitty. Rosie smoothed the blanket. After Kitty drifted off, Rosie and Felix sat in the quiet living room together. No TV, no phone, just the hum of the house settling. Felix leaned back on the sofa. "I heard," said Rosie. Rosie didn't say anything. Felix stared at the ceiling for a while. "She's not wrong, you know?" Rosie looked over at him. They sat with that for a moment. Rosie thought about it. "She will." And somewhere down the hall, Kitty was already dreaming. Probably about princesses who read books and dragons who made surprisingly good company. Mia, on the other hand, had somehow ended up with a toy flamingo inside her sleeping bag and had no memory of how it got there. Some things are just mysteries. That's the world of Kitty for today. If you want to see what Kitty gets up to next, subscribe so you don't miss it. She's never boring. That much we can promise.